Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Reset. Cool. All right, mic check. Motor Masters Podcast. Y'all's made, of course. Across me, I got a very, 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 very special guest, man. I got my brother, the GOAT. You might know him as Butler's all-time leading scorer. I got Don Coleman in the building. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. The round of applause go out first. What you been up to, man? What's some things going on with you, man? We ain't talked in a while as far as podcast-wise. You know, I know you was on pretty much your whole, collegiate career. You know, we did a lot of interviews. You my first ever guest on my podcast. Matter of fact, I remember we did it 3 times. We did it at Grandma's house. We did it in California.
In Atlanta.
Yeah, and then finally I just called you when you was at JUCO and we went with that one. So you was able to see the real progression of Motor Master from the very first episode to this episode, which is, to me, very nostalgic. But so tell us some of the things you're working on like lately, man. I know you've been kind of going up on Instagram and things like that now too.
Yeah, just been in the gym. Yeah, working out my middle school people, my high school kids, college people, some pros. Just been in the gym working.
So I know we're gonna talk about a lot, and I don't want to spend too much time just talking about just from when you started picking up basketball to what you're doing now. I think we spoke enough about just from young to high school in previous episodes to kind of just get into it. But I do want to ask about your high school career a little bit, just because you went to Butler. In your opinion, just to kind of set the tone for podcast, but in your opinion, what do you think was one of your greatest accomplishments at Butler? I know you had a lot of them. Just what was your favorite one? I guess.
Probably making it to the region championship game my sophomore year. Yeah, probably making it to the region championship game and scoring 49 in that game.
Yeah,
probably that right there. Yeah.
I know it probably sounds crazy, but so if anybody that's new to just this new age lifestyle, back then it was so important, or it was dope rather to see your name in the Augusta Chronicle, whether it's 2 points, 3 points, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to see your name in a publication the day after you had a game, whether you won or lost, was like a big deal. I remember me and you would wake up sometime, we go to Grandma's house on Saturday, and we'll find a paper, go straight to the sports section. Oh, this person must have killed. Who this person? Because you don't know these people because it wasn't social media back then. It was just the paper. So for me, I think one of my biggest things, or one of my biggest goals I had for you at that time in our life was wanting to see you in the paper, right?
Yeah.
And it was just funny because your very first ever first high school game, you was play varsity, you never played JV.
Oh yeah, Aquinas.
Played Aquinas, 16 points. They spelled your name wrong. They put donate.
I think it was it was 19.
19.
Yeah, it
points.
was 19.
They spelled your name wrong and said donate, which is it was funny how they just stopped putting Don after a while. But I thought it was dope because I'm thinking all right, maybe middle of the season he finally get in, he'll play, he'll score this, and maybe you can see the 2 to 4 to 6, maybe you hit 2, 3. 19 is like whoa, he went crazy as soon as you start your first game ever.
Against Med and Meat, yep.
yeah, it's crazy, even Med in the career he had, and then obviously unfortunate for Meat and things he's going through. But talk a little bit about that. So you came in high school. What was the pressure like for you coming in high school? Already kind of known to some of Augusta, but not the masses, and then having to compete with some of the people you had on your team who were kind of big deals out here.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it was no pressure because from 8th grade, that summertime going to 9th grade, we just put in that work, and then from 8th grade, Body called me and was you're gonna be playing varsity, ain't no JV, so come ready to work. And from all summer, we were just working all summer, and then it followed on to the fall. Then before the season, I felt like I was ready.
Did that ever, that didn't put fear in you or kind of make you nervous that you were gonna be playing JV? I mean, not playing JV, so it wasn't no stepping stone. It was you coming in and you playing with these big dudes, you playing with dudes that's.
No, I mean, only because AAU, our AAU team was so deep and talented. I felt like if I could play on my AAU team, I could play with anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it was.
So Describe a little bit too, because like I said, ninth grade was ninth grade. You played, you and Darius Williams had probably one of the best freshman years that they've seen in a long time, and then obviously in years to come, y'all also will have great sophomore years, great junior years, great senior years. I wanted to talk a little bit about just the idea or just the notion that you would be considered a high school star, right? Was there any pressure there, like in real life, being a high school star, being a star student athlete? What was the pressure? What were some things you couldn't do versus that you wanted to do, whether it was horse playing, whatever? Like, what are some things that you had to like kind of scale back on that you just couldn't do that you kind of wanted to do, but you had to be a student athlete, so you couldn't?
Yeah, nothing really, because like for the most part, I just be chilling. So like, even with me being like the high school star, like you say, like you know me, like I don't really too much care for the attention. So like, it never really bothered me for real. So like, it was just strictly like just work, stay in the gym, like me, stay on the backyard, the front yard, playing with Takeev, Jalen, them, like pick up, like it was just nonstop growing up. So like I felt like I put in the work, so I was never like nervous or felt no pressure.
Was there ever times like did you love basketball so much at the time that you was like, did ball is life for real, or was it one of them things like, dang, I kind of want to just chill? Because you have friends that also didn't play ball.
Yeah, middle school and high school, it was like ball was life, and then middle school, high school, only because I was like trying to get D-1, trying to get a scholarship, just trying to play on TV and all that stuff.
So talk to me a little bit about like how would you view or rate your high school career, like at this point, like not then, but looking back at it now and with some things you did, especially during that time in that era.
Now looking back on it now, it's like crazy, but like in the moment, I ain't really like too much think nothing of it, but like looking back on it now, it is like kind of crazy. Not everybody always bringing it up to me now. And I'm seeing memories on Facebook, like 49 or 30-some or 30-some and some half. Just scoring 2,000 points was just crazy. I ain't think I could do that, but that's crazy in itself.
But I guess for me, I'm thinking like when you say in the moment, it didn't seem crazy to you. Why wasn't it crazy in the moment to you? Like why now versus like in the moment, like why you didn't feel like it was a big deal then?
I don't know. I just felt like anytime I played like I don't know, for some reason like Augusta, why I just felt like anything I did out here in Augusta wasn't really like, it's just like, okay. But like
no. Hold on, back up. Why you say that?
I don't know. That's how I felt like in high school. I just felt like probably because AAU though, like because I kill all high school and then I go to AAU and then like it'd be more challenging, like better competition, just seeing players from different states. So it was like, okay, this one I got to compete with if I'm going to college, rather than playing in Augusta. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
just like that though.
I mean, I guess I get that. And I understand that for the most part. I'm not gonna stay in high school too long, so I'm just kind of running through it real quick to kind of get it. It's just like $1 million question, right? Like and we're gonna get to some of the decisions you made and stuff, but your high school career, you was at Butler, right? How close were you ever to like actually going to a different school? It was rumors about Laney. It was rumors about you and Darius teaming up at Josie. Like, how close in your mind did you ever really come to transferring and going to a different school? And then also, what made it not happen for you? Like, what was the deciding factor to not go?
I mean, it was nah. I ain't gonna say a lot of times. It was a few times where I was probably like close. Probably I think like my junior year going into my senior. That's when like a lot of my AU coach wanted me to go to Laney. And then we had that little prep situation where, they wanted me to go to prep too.
Yeah, but prep school.
Then, that probably was only 2 times, but only reason I wanted to probably go to Laney was because of, Jay Sean, Javon. I played AU with all of them. That's the only reason. But then at Butler, it was just me and Body had such a good relationship, even though it was up and down. Like, I couldn't lead them. But then I had my, Takeev, Jalen, them. We played middle school together, so anytime me and Body got into it, I'd be like, I'm about to go to the lane. But, he already knew I wasn't going nowhere. So, and I knew, like, by my junior year, I knew I wanted to break certain records. So I knew I wasn't leaving anyway. Like, so that's what that was.
So, I mean, I guess motivation to kind of have your own history, make your own.
Yeah. Yeah. Once I knew I was on track, once Coach Stewart started showing me, like, oh, you could do this, you could do that. I was like, okay.
Well, talk, because kids going to watch this. So talk a little bit about that. Like, the process of seeing like where you at currently. So I'm here. I got X amount of points. I got X amount of rebounds. I got X amount of assists. I made this many free throws in a game. I could have broke this record. What is, I guess, pros or cons, good, bad, I don't know, of knowing like where you at versus what records are can be set, what records are attainable, what records you already done broke. Because at the time when you brought that stuff home, you had broke records already too.
Yeah, but see, at that time, I wasn't really asking for it. Coach Stewart was just like, Coach Stewart was keeping up with all that. So like one day he just kind of like gave me the papers and like, you look at this, Don. I think it was like my junior year going to my senior, because I think that's when like they started seeing like I could break this and break that. He was like, you need to look at this. I had like the records for like free throws attempted, like free throws made, points in the game, points in the half, like points in the season, points overall in history. I had all that. Like it was something else, but I had all that. And I was like, dang, I ain't even know we keep up with all that. He's like, and Coach Stewart was like, yeah, man, I'm looking out for you, man, looking out for you. You know how Coach Stewart is.
But do you think did that push you to
yeah, it did. Yeah, it pushed me to work hard and to want to stay at Butler so I can break some records. Cause he had like my number I had, and he was like, you get this amount, you could break, you could break Tim. I didn't know who that was at the time, but looking back now I know, because he was the all-time leading scorer before I broke it.
Do you think in that time where you decided to stay, like talk to or giving advice to like any young kids that's like kind of like you, like when you're the star player, things don't go your way, and you feel like they should go your way because you're young, you don't know no better. Mm-hmm. You're just like, I'm the nicest. It's supposed to go my way because if not, we're gonna lose. Mm-hmm. That's the attitude. Just if you keep being honest, right?
Yeah.
But talk to people about like the idea of just staying down with the process, and also being able to push through things you dislike, things that's not going your way, and then also like when things don't go your way, sometimes that's not necessarily a bad thing. It'd probably be more you have to look at some self-reflection on why you're not going the way you want to go.
Yeah, you definitely got to trust the process. Like, just don't rush it. That's what I tell most of the kids now. Like, as long as you just like work every day, like 30 minutes to an hour, but like, as long as you do it every day, you're gonna get better. Like, that's what I tell all my girls. Like, as long as y'all work every day, like work on your layups, work on your dribbling, you're gonna get better. Like, that's just how it go in basketball. Like, but if you don't put the work in, then you just, you're not gonna get better. But you got to put the work in though.
Speaking of putting the work in, I want you to give me, and I'm gonna help you can say accurately, but like, give me a day in the life of you during AAU season. Like high school season over with, AAU season.
Back when I played?
From waking up to the end of that day. I want you to put all your practices in there. What you do?
Probably in the morning. Well, in the morning, yeah, we got weights at Butler because we got summer league. So AAU and summer league, it's
hand in hand.
Yeah, hand in hand. So we got weights at Butler, like probably like 6, 7 in the morning at Butler. And then from weights, we go to the track. And then we doing all this with the football team. Body do it with Newton. We all do it together. So we go to the weight room, to the track. Then we go to the gym. We having workouts. It's not even practice yet. It's just workouts, like shots with the big ball. Everybody know what the big ball is. Shots. Then we got practice. Like this is all high school. Then we got practice. Then we might got a summer league game like at Butler. We might got a summer league game at Evans or at somewhere, you know what I'm saying?
A little scrimmage.
Yeah, or scrimmage. And then we might have then I have AAU practice like later on throughout that day, you know what I'm saying? Then at the AAU practice, well, before AAU practice, we working out, you know what I'm saying? Like we get there early, we working out. Rodney getting us there early. Me, Reggie, Jay Sean, we getting them shots. Then we practicing. Then we probably watching film with Rodney or somewhere, game plan with Rodney. And then that's the day right there.
So
it's all basketball though.
I wanted to say that because I had this theory of like people like, even in content, anything you do, like you say putting the work in, right? Mm-hmm. It sounds good. So see, you actually done it. So when you saying it, I think people not, and you give them one day, people not really understanding when you saying put the work in. People think it's just showing up. Mm-hmm. Like, so, and it's not to discredit any players you play with, but you just said a few names. Before practice, we getting shots up. Mm-hmm. So practice start at 6:30. Mm-hmm. Y'all might be there at 5:45 or 5:30. Y'all there earlier, maybe because y'all ain't have no ride, y'all ain't have no drive, no cars. But at the same time, y'all shooting first. Y'all already working up a sweat before practice start. Mm-hmm. Then practice go. Then you got to lift weights. Okay, well, then you might have a scrimmage later on with your high school team. Okay, cool. Then you might come home later on. And then you go out again for AAU now. Mm-hmm. So you with your AAU team, y'all getting shots up before practice. Then y'all practice. Then y'all, after practice, y'all go ahead, run through a scrimmage. Mm-hmm. And then you go home. And then it's like the next day we do it again. Mm-hmm. The next day we do it again. Yep. The next day. And then even on days, but I remember vividly on days where like, it'd be like Saturday, Sunday. So you got a tournament. You have practice, so y'all win that game in the morning. Cool, 8:00. Oh, we don't play again till 6. Okay, cool. Y'all go home. You come home. You'll play basketball outside sometimes. Still, mm-hmm. You'll come outside. You'll play basketball outside. And then it's not. You're not really resting, but it's like you on go the whole time, working the whole time. Like you just keep getting better, keep getting better, keep getting better. And when you say put the work in, I think people be forgetting like it's really like you're coming in giving your all. But even that is like say that, right? And that's just enough to like stand out with people that are good and that really passionate. Being at the 150% level where like we talk about the attitude, we talk about, you know, the fact that, okay, when you said things don't go your way, like working on that part of the game, working on the other tangible parts of anything related to basketball to where that'll catapult you to like be a better prospect, you know? This is just strictly just playing basketball and getting your body right. So I always tell people like the 110% is still bare minimum, but it just shows that you are passionate about what you're doing. Yeah. Ball of life. That's because all is basketball. But then there's other things you gotta do that you probably don't want to. Whether it's weightlifting, whether it's conditioning, you're stretching, whether it's
eating healthy and all that.
Watching film in your own time. You said, you know, your coach watch film with you, but it's when you go watch film in your own time. Let's share a quick story. You know, and you kind of I remember being younger and I bought my first camera ever. So it's funny I got a camera on you now, but my first camera ever, I was sitting with mommy when I could make the game. And me and you watched the game, your middle school games afterwards. And I said, oh, you could have did this or you could have did that. So film was always nothing new. It was never nothing new to you.
Yeah.
But even that, putting the work in. You in 6th grade watching film, 7th grade watching film, 8th grade watching film, you know? So that's dope. So, and like I said, you had definitely a great high school career. If it's something you could change, what would you change?
Something I could change. I don't know. Probably 12th grade senior that region tournament. I don't know because they know the bus came late to get us from Butler, bro. Then we got the Laney, but Waco wait on us, but they beat us by like 30, bro. Yeah, I don't know. Probably that region tournament, 12th grade year. Yeah, that was terrible.
Oh, I got a better answer for you. Okay, what about your attitude? So,
in high school, that too.
A little bit.
Yeah, high school, my attitude, yeah, hell yeah, yeah.
And I mean, this is why I say that, right? Because and you tell me what you think about what I'm saying. I often felt like this as you got older, like especially when you got to South Alabama. I felt like because it was all new to us, me, mommy, and you know people that was around you. We didn't really know how to tackle some things that you might have was going through. You know, like not you personally, but just like things you've done or you did, decisions you made, and us to look at it from a different perspective. Like, okay, well maybe Don is wrong in the situation. It was always, oh, he's bothering Don because of this. You know, oh, he's playing with him because of this, and it's like never looking at it from a different perspective to where when you go to the next level, be still in that same agenda. Then it's like you go somewhere else and it's like, okay, well, hold on now. Damn, maybe maybe I was tripping. Yeah. maybe one body, because every coach, you know what I'm saying? And
there's always something.
It's I wondered if back then we just sat you down and said, hey, yo, this is that is your fault. Like it's not the coach's fault. Because then you can have that mentality of like when things go wrong, it's not Don's fault, it's the coach's fault. Talk a little about that. Do you feel like that was something that you had to overcome? Do you feel like that was ever a problem? Do you feel like you ever thought that?
No, yeah. I mean, that was definitely something I had to overcome. But I don't think I overcame that until I got to like South Alabama, like you said, like because when I got to junior college, I didn't really do it too much. But once I got to Cal, I kind of did it my first year. I definitely did it my second year. Then when I got to South Alabama, my sit out year, I kind of did it there too. And then once the year I was playing, I kind of did it there too until like all that stuff happened. I got my mind right then. I realized, like, okay, you got to handle stuff a certain way then. Sometimes you never know who you're going to need in the future, so you got to treat people a certain way no matter how it's going.
Nah, definitely. I mean, I'm going to get back into those, and we'll go into detail about some of those things later, but I just was curious as to what you thought about high school because of those things, like, whether you didn't have a bunch of situations, I don't want to say that. Just was a few times, that I felt like maybe ego and pride got in the way, like, I'm this. Talk about that, being a high school star player or star athlete. The challenges of really trying, like really knowing what you are, but not being mature enough to be humble and be like, even though I'm this, technically speaking, that makes me a leader and I have to act and be a certain way so that my team can get better or my team can make better decisions as well. Because if you go with the attitude like, I'm this and I'm going to do the X, Y, Z, well, the team player that think he just like you, which he probably not, he doing the same thing, which is really a detriment to the team.
Yeah, I had to learn that like 9th grade and 10th grade. Like 9th grade, I kind of learned that like watching Dan and Ronald and how they used to like, move and act. So once 10th grade came, I kind of knew how to like carry myself and like go about certain things. Then 11th grade, 12th grade, same thing. Like, and then with me, like even everybody know I'm like, say I'm the superstar, all that, I'm just real humble. So I just be focused. Like I don't really be paying no attention to all that. So that's probably another reason why like when I see people, they be like, sometimes when I see people like out in public, they just be staring at me, but like I don't be knowing them, but they be knowing me. Then they're gonna be like, what's up, Dom? What's up, bro? But I don't be knowing them, you know what I'm saying? Like it just be little stuff like that, 'cause I just be in my own world.
That's funny because I'm thinking about a time, I know who y'all played. I don't know if it was Rockdale. Who y'all play? Y'all played somebody at Evans. It wasn't Aquinas. Y'all played somebody at Evans. It might have been Rockdale. But y'all just played 2 Atlanta schools. One was Rockdale, was one other school. I can't remember what it was.
Not Osborne, right? No.
Osborne.
That was in Richmond, though.
No, but see, I played somebody. Y'all played somebody at Evans, and you scored like 40-something points. I can't remember how much you scored. It was in the 40s though. It was the beginning of the year, so it wasn't before. It was before the Thanksgiving tournament, the beginning of the year, and for some odd reason, I don't know why, I'm happy. I'm hyped. Like, yeah, I'm about to go out. I'm going to the locker room, got you, you know what I'm saying? About to walk out. You like, yeah, let's walk through the back. I'm like, what? Why would we do that? Like, you just go 40 points, let's walk through the front so everybody can say us and say things to us. And you walk through the back and like just went home like you didn't try to be seen. Like, you just dropped 40. So when you talk about being humble, I feel like, I can definitely attest to that. Whether you had a good game, bad game, you never wanted to be seen afterwards. Like, you just kind of had the game wanted to go. Definitely a bad game. You're not trying to be seen, but well, so I want to talk about just the process of before we get into the college, the process of just high school student athlete, and not blaming the school, not blaming anybody, but do you feel like you were prepared to be a college athlete, and if not, what are some things that you would recommend schools do to implement some programs so that kids are ready, that's like you, that's D1, D2, whatever, to be college ready as far as being a student athlete?
I mean, I feel like it got me a little ready. I mean, I feel like JUCO got me ready for college. You know what I'm saying? Butler, not so much, but I learned a lot of stuff at Butler, like I told you, like the way to carry myself, like how to, just do my work and stuff like that and just stay focused. But like, as far as like getting to class on time, being responsible, like making sure I'm in the right classes, making sure I'm talking to my advisors, I think Lawson helped me with that a lot. And that got me ready for Cal. And then by the time I got to Cal, I kind of knew how everything worked pretty much. And it was much easier because it was high major D1, so it was easier because I had way more resources.
But do you think that's something a high school can even implement? Because I mean, it's so many students there, obviously, and then it's high school, so you're not really, it's not like you are setting every every high school athlete up for the same success, because everybody ain't going D1, everybody ain't going D2.
Yeah, so it really just depends on the school. I mean, that's why some kids down here be going prep or some go private, because public schools can't get you ready for college, like just.
Well, I don't want to say college, I'm saying college for student athletes. Oh, you're talking
about for student. I mean, yeah, same. I mean, it just depends on the school, really. I mean, or what situation you in, or like who in your corner, who in your circle.
I feel like because I know I talk a lot of trash about Laney, but Laney is a school that I feel like at one point when I know Zep, Jay, Sean, all of them, I feel like they kind of was ready to how to act when they got to college, because he didn't really play that, you know what I'm saying? They did certain things together, team outings, certain ways, certain rules he had.
Good structure.
The way they play in the game, like maybe they wasn't doing what you're doing. They're not playing all 4 quarters.
Yeah.
You got 7 minutes, you coming out. So make the best shot selection.
Yeah, no matter who you are, you come,
Yeah, so and then they're gonna be up 40 points at some point, so y'all not playing the whole game, so y'all gotta go out, and I feel like they had that, and I wondered if what would it take for high schools to kind of get that method going? Because like I said, you played mostly every game, all game. Yeah. You barely came out.
Yeah, I mean, I think some schools are trying to build it. Like Cross Creek kind of like trying to build some. West Side, I mean, they 3-peated. So, I mean, they definitely building some. Like, I think West Side kind of got the recipe right now. So, I think everybody trying to follow what West Side doing. And Butler building something good, too, over there. So, I think for the most part, West Side got, like, what you talking about now, like, as far as building student athletes, getting ready for college, or, getting ready for JUCO. But they got a lot of boys that's going to sign or go D1 or go JUCO or play in college. So, and, like, make an impact, like, right away. So, I think West Side Westside probably the school that's getting the kids ready for college for real.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So just let's talk about you and your journey. So you signed FAU, right? You signed FAU, Florida Atlantic D1 school. You signed that. Going into the 11th grade year, going into your 12th grade year. It was the summertime, right? You signed it.
It was 12th grade, like
it was 12th grade.
Yeah, 12th grade, like
senior.
September, October, something.
Right before the season started. You signed with Florida Atlantic
FAU.
University, and you don't go there though. So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, with FAU, Michael Curry, Glenn Hills, legend, played in the NBA. They had me. I was number one on their list. Like, we went on the visit. It was, great. They showed us love like a family. He was saying he was gonna let me rock. Grow my game, help me, develop me, all that. Eric Snow, we met Eric Snow and all of that. And then with FAU, it was just, my ACT score. I didn't get the ACT score I needed at the time. They wanted me to get it. So when I finally did get it, they wanted me to go prep school because it was too late. But when I had that talk with you, I was like, I ain't really trying to go prep because they were trying to make me go prep and pay for it while I still be committed to them. And I was like, nah, I might well go JUCO and try to get a high major. Well, I know I was gonna get a high major.
Yeah.
Like, I was gonna work, so I was like, I'm gonna just go JUCO for a year and try to see what come with that. And then they just play how I played.
Well, the reason why that's important to me because I feel like let's go back to we talking about the student athletes, kids and stuff like that. One thing I think athletes should do when they get to college or high school, rather, I'm sorry, is 9th grade. Go ahead and take the ACT.
Yeah, but I think now they changed the rule. I don't know what they do now. I don't even think they take that no more now. I don't know.
But if that's a requirement, take it. And because you never know, like whether you get a high school, whatever, but you got an idea of how the test go, and then 10th grade you a little smarter, take it again. So when you do get them offers and stuff, nothing really hindering you from going there right then and there and making an impact. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to you playing and you got the talent to be there. Yeah. But you need a certain, and then also that school was a top school. Like far as the score's a little higher for that school than most schools too. Yeah. That's something to think about too. When you think about what school you want to go to, some of the schools they D1, but academic wise they're on a lower level. Yeah. That school was actually top 5 in so many things that it made sense as to why we also chose for you to go there. Yeah. So yeah, I just want the kids to know, because kids gonna watch that. I want them to know exactly why. So when I stop you, I'm probably stopping just to kind of get more of an understanding, so they can understand why it's important to pass these tests and take these classes serious. Because you'll get that D1, you're signed, that's cool, but then you won't be able to make it to that school because your grades ain't right. Yep. So often we hear your grades ain't right, and it's not really about your grades in high school per se. But then again, it is, because depending on your grades,
depending on what you need to make,
that's determine what you need to make for your ACT, and your SAT. But I don't feel like that's ever been fully explained until we got there. And I remember they had the board, they had a advisor on the board, and they had all these numbers. I'm like, I ain't never know that. Yeah, see, most kids don't know when you go on the visits, like, it ain't just basketball. You like academic meetings with the advisor. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember that time we was at FAU and Cal. We was in academic meetings for like an hour with the tutor, advisor, and all of that. I was like, dang, they do all of this. It was crazy. But the thing on social media, they post the jerseys, they post the photo shoots. Yeah, they don't see all that stuff. But it's definitely more so like the visit is really just to get a feel of like what's to be, and to tell you it's real. Yeah, going out to eat or going to the coach's house, or you know what I'm saying. Yeah, they don't see all that. Whatever. Yeah, hanging with the team. But the main thing is that be the most, to me, important part of the visit is when they talk about the academic side, because that's when you get to see where the school lies in academics first, but also where you lie, and they tell you, like, they got your stuff there. Like, they got everything. Like, they got everything. If you don't get this, you cancel Christmas. Like, you're not coming. So it's a bittersweet part of the visit, but it's usually if I'm mistaken, it's the second day, right? Normally. Yeah, it's the second day. Yeah, the second day where everything happened. Yeah, because you come the first day. That Friday, then that Saturday you do everything. High five. Second day you play a little bit. About half the day. Come on, office real quick. Right to it. Get real serious. So I just want kids to know, like, these visits ain't just play plays. Oh yeah, it's actually for real. And most of them know though, because most of them have been on them. But for the ones who don't, it ain't. It's serious, like a business trip. Especially now with the money, NIL, all that stuff now. So it's crazy, probably. Yeah, it is different. So just to be transparent, grades wise, that it wasn't to the standard of FAU. So instead of going prep, you decide I'm gonna go JUCO. Yeah. Okay. When you enjoy, tell me your mindset and your feeling of signing to the big school at the time, and then having to kind of renege anyway and just go JUCO? Like, how did that feel? What was your mindset like? Did you feel away?
At first I was kind of like mad about it, just cause how everything was, handled and how everything got out.
Were you mad at people, mad at yourself, mad at somebody? Like not the person's name, but like, were you mad at an individual or entity, or were you mad at yourself for not?
I think I was kind of like mad at the coaches at FAU because like when it all happened, like when it came out, like they weren't really like explaining to me what happened. So I really know, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't really know what was going on for real. And then like Coach Curry and I forgot the other coach's name, but he was at Morgan County. I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about though.
Yeah.
But like they usually like, text me a lot. But then, like once that happened, like they stopped texting me for real. Then like they just went ghost for a little while. So that's when at that point I had to start like figuring stuff out on my own. Cause like AU coaches weren't really getting back to me. Then like, so I was like kind of scrambling. Then mommy was like, what you gonna do, this, that, and the third, like on me and stuff like that. So at that point I didn't know what I was gonna do. Then one day, like in April, like this towards the end of the year. So like it took me a minute to actually find out what I was gonna do. One day, Lawson, Coach Shepard hit me up one day, and then from there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go with this school. I think that day I told you, I was like, I sent you the screenshot, I was like, I'm gonna just go with this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna just go there and work and go high major, really.
So, I don't mean to keep stopping, but I think it's important because like athletes gonna watch this and see this because they gonna understand it. People that watch this, just listen, but most of them gonna understand this. Like, tell me about that. Like, what is that like? Because you really can't even enjoy. Like, your senior year basketball was cool.
Oh, yeah.
But these last 2 months of trying to figure out what you're going to do now, you can't even enjoy the fact you're about to graduate high school. Mm-hmm. Because as a baller's life type of individual, it's not cool to say, but I'm just telling you what most athletes like. After diploma, what I'm doing basketball is what I want to try to do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, did that hinder you from even enjoying the fact that you was about to graduate high school, like as a milestone?
Not really, because I was always good at kind of like hiding it when like I was good at hiding it. So like when school came, I was cool. Like, everybody gonna ask me questions like, Don, what you gonna do? What school you going to? I'm good at like just brushing stuff off or ignoring people or just not giving nobody no answer. So like for the most part, I was cool. But then once I got home, once I got in the gym or something, I get to think about it like, that ain't what I'm gonna do. Like, oh, I ain't got no school to go to. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to be stuck down here. So, but then, like I said, I had you and mommy, so like I was always able to just, especially talk to you about certain things or ask you about certain things if certain coaches hit me up. And I think some advice that you gave me during that time was good too. And then just looking back on it, like mommy too, even though mommy was on me hard after I decommitted for FAU, she was like, "What you gonna do? Like you at home, you playing the game, you gonna be like everybody else in the guts, have a good high school career and just be down here stuck." So I think one night after she had cursed me out or like got on me hard, like I think I cried that night and I was like, all right, I got to get right. I got to find out like what I'm going to do for real. And I think that's when I had locked back in and started getting my mind right.
Yeah, and for any student athletes that's watching this or people that's want to play basketball or any sport, it's a lot of pain and emotion that come behind a lot of these decisions you got to make, or when things don't fall through because it's so publicized. So you got the news is there, a big article, saying you're in the newspaper, you're on the news that night for signing to this place. So people see that one thing and that's it. Then when you don't go, like, oh, what's going on with such and such? I'm watching the FAU and I don't see him. Oh, he don't go there now. You know what I'm saying? Or they asking you come home, hey, what you doing? Oh, I'm at a JUCO, but not really knowing why. And it's like having to like, not explain per se, but it's like having just not being able to do what you originally was going to do.
Yeah. And then when I had decommitted from FAU, like that was in the Augusta Chronicle too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I decommitted, I was like, damn. That was surprising too. I didn't even know they
pros and cons of being a star player.
Yeah.
Everything you do is a big deal. So it's funny, like it's cool when it's cool, but when it's not, it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So you go to JUCO, right? So explain, because I talked to somebody the other day about JUCO, and I think their son was football, so it's a little different. But explain JUCO, because I think people think JUCO is only for people who just got bad grades.
No. I mean, JUCO could be for people who got great grades, ain't got no D1 offers, that just want to get something. You go JUCO, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you can also just be, people can go to that community college also. Like, you can just live by that, that place and just go and make the team.
It's like high school 2.0, basically, to be honest with you. But it was fun. Like, I ain't had no problems at JUCO at all. I liked it. And it made me smarter, made me think better, all that stuff.
But I think one of the dopest things about when you went to the JUCO was, like I said, it wasn't like you was well sought after. It's just something that happened.
That came up, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But also, I think was dope, and I want you to kind of explain a little more. Was that you weren't picked up as to ever be a first or second or third option?
Mm-mm.
And then tell me what happened. So talk about that, like that situation.
Yeah. I mean, I just got picked. Like they were just picking a whole bunch of different players. Like, and then like, I think I got picked just off the strength of like me scoring 2,000 in high school, me signing FAU and a decommitting. So I think it's just the name and just the attention. But when I got there, like they already had like a point guard, Ant from Cleveland. They already had like a little point guard that they had like already was trying to get the keys to. But like during like fall workouts, summer, because I was there in the summertime. During summertime, fall, like I was just working. And then like once we started playing pickup and practices, like I started holding my own. I started killing. The next thing you know, I had got the keys to the offense. He gave me the starting point guard job basically, just from working in practice, just from like showing what I can do, conditioning, all that stuff. Because we doing all that stuff at JUCO, like weight room, conditioning, practice, like practice, like 3-4 hours.
I want you to really detail this. Like, how important was it, or what you saw as far as like when you said put the work in? Because you said that a couple times, put the work in. What did you see? And you got to talk to people names. I know you are friends and stuff. But like, what did you see from people that were there that maybe was supposed to get the keys, maybe was supposed to be this or whatever, right? And their work ethic versus when you came, your situation. They probably like they don't know you, so they're like they don't know what you are and what a big deal you've been.
Yeah.
But then your ethic, like, did you feel like you just outworking them? Like, were they lazy? Was it you just was that much better? Like, what was it that you think put you ahead? Because you got ahead within a couple games of the season.
Yeah, like just sometimes like like JUCO, it's a grind. So I mean, sometimes some dudes will go to workout, sometimes dudes don't, sometimes dudes go to class, sometimes dudes don't go to class. But for me, I always stay focused. Like I always make sure I went to class, I got up early, make sure I worked out, and make sure I always got to practice early, make sure I got up to shop before practice. Always make sure I watch film with Coach Shep so he can know I actually care about the game. And JUCO, I wasn't really worried about no girls and nothing like that either. That's another thing. Like a lot of players on my team at JUCO was worried about girls and parties. I wasn't really doing all that. I go party every now and then with them, but like for the most part, like they know I'm chilling in the dorm or I'm in the gym. Like that's just one of the two.
Was it safe to say like you kind of had a goal there? Like you came to play but not to play.
Yeah, and everybody, all of them had a goal because it's JUCO. So all of them was trying to get offers. You know what I'm saying? But just sometimes situations just play how they play. So I mean.
Because there was another person on the team too who also was he was like that where he was from too. The Duncan dude, I can't remember his name.
Dev, Dev, and then Rodney, remember the dark skin number 3? Like we had some dudes.
Yes, him, yes.
Now we had some, and he came from a D1. We had a lot of dudes who also came in from a D1. I'm coming from high school. These dudes coming from D1 colleges already, so they already know how to work. So I was also stealing stuff from them when I seen them in the gym working too, because they was ready D1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just little stuff like that, just picking up certain stuff from different people.
You having that, kind of being forced to decommit, and did that put any motivation in you to like, when I go here, I'm not playing around. Like I'm coming to pretty much take shit over.
Yeah. I said, that's exactly what my mind said. Well, I was like, when I come here, I'm gonna go ahead and get these D1 offers. I'm gonna get these high majors, and I'm gonna go high majors. And next, everybody gonna be back loving me, and that's basically how it worked. How it worked.
Well, you said how it worked, so talk about that real quick in sports. Like, what about? Is that how would you describe that when it comes to sports? And I'm only saying sports because that's what you know. When the I don't want to say hate, the lack of attention type of vibe you get when like almost like out of sight, out of mind. So it's like I don't feel like obviously not the same. Somebody go to jail, right? It's freedom, cool. They're there for a little bit of time. You kind of forget them. They come home. Oh my man, you home? Type of thing. High school was like, okay, you commit, everybody loving you, you scoring these points, Or you're going to JUCO now, you're not getting the televised games, you're not posting. It's like, oh, nobody hitting you up. Then you sign again, like, oh, yo, I love Don,
Yeah.
Like, is that an up and down? Is it emotional feeling? Like, because does it ever bother? And I'm talking you because you're a star player, so you know about this. Had it ever bothered you? Did it ever play with your mind? Like, damn, like. I only get love when this happened. I only get love when this happened. I ain't getting love during this time of my life. I ain't like. Did that ever affect you?
I mean, the only time that affected me was when I was at South Alabama. After South Alabama, in my last year, that's the only time it probably affected me when I, once COVID hit, then I had to come back home and had to figure everything out, and then, scrambling this, that. That's probably the only time it really affected me. Like, that's the only time I was probably in a dark place. But
put your mic down a little bit because it's blocking your face.
Yeah.
A little bit more. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, you good.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, when I was at South Alabama, that's probably the only time it really affected me. Like when I went through everything I went through that year. Then I had to come back home during COVID once our season got canceled and everything. Then I had to figure out what I was gonna do, trying to figure out if I wanted to go overseas or do this and that with Mitri or this, that, and the third. Then I had to just be grown, make grown decisions.
Yeah.
And then just certain people that I thought was gonna still be with me weren't with me no more. Just because I want.
And that's what I want to get. And I'm glad you said certain people. I don't care about names. I just because names don't matter because everybody go through it. Mm-hmm. It's like your story is this person's story, is that person's story. Mm-hmm. And like because you're not grown yet, whether you're 20, 21, matter. But that 16, 14 years old, whatever, to 24 years old, time span of playing basketball or, learning the game and stuff, the ups and downs of people rocking with you when it's convenient, when it's not convenient. And when I say convenient, I don't mean convenient for them per se. I mean for you. It's convenient for them, for you, it's cool when things is on the up and up. When things are down, it's kind of when you need people the most. So when people not there, you didn't feel like they back is turned on you or, they not really rocking with you or make you feel like stuff is over. And that cannot be the case, honestly, because most of these people also deal with other kids. So they could be dealing with other kids at a point in life that need more attention. So that could be the case as well. But what goes to your mind like when those things were happening? Like, damn, was it like F this person? Was it like F everybody? Like, what was your like mindset?
It was a little bit of both, like F this person or I was on like a little bit of everything. Like I was just staying to myself during that time, just trying to focus on like trying to get my head right, trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I think around that time, that's when I kind of fell out of love with basketball, and I was trying to figure out like what I need to do to kind of stay around it. 'Cause I knew I still liked the basketball, but I had to find that passion for it again. And I think during that period, just when everybody kind of like I felt everybody left me, that just gave me time to just clear my mind and just stay to myself and get my mind right and figure out how I wanted to do things. And then that's when I was kind of talking to you about, you was talking to me about probably getting into coaching or some stuff like that. Once you figured out like I wasn't really into like hooping no more like I was, you was like, well, you probably need to use your degree getting a coaching or you probably need to start teaching or something. And then you was like, you probably need to start training people or something. Basketball. And I was like, man, I ain't really trying to do all that. Like, I'm good on basketball, stuff like that. And you like, you need to think about it, stuff like that. Then I think that's when I really started putting the puzzles together and really trying to like put my degree to work and then try to get back in that basketball scene.
Yeah, I want to just touch on a little bit more about the college stuff, and I want to get into that process because that's important. So from JUCO, you get. I think you had your most efficient year ever in JUCO. Like I never seen you play to that level. Like the scoring points when you're in high school, you get all the shots. College now a little different. Bigger people. Everybody coming for a goal. Everybody winning D-1 scholarship. So everybody trying to be the man. You come in not even giving the keys, but then you get them. So that was really a good goal. And then the proficiency you had, like just the field goal percentage.
Yeah, everything was good.
The turnover ratio, the assists.
Yeah, assists, rebounds.
The points you was averaging, but also the field goal percentage of those points. Now you're not throwing up 30 shots.
Yeah, and I was playing point guard. I was like the point guard.
And then playing point, which is through high school you played shooting guard.
Yeah, shooting guard. Yeah.
So I thought that was dope. So you go to Cal, right? And you go to Cal, and so talk about your first year at Cal. Like, I liked it, but I also feel like. Because everywhere you've been the man. Even JUCO, when you come in and you pretty much take the keys.
Take it over, yeah.
I think maybe in your mind that was supposed to happen at Cal too.
Yeah, that was my mindset at Cal. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get right, man. Like I want it done. That was really my mindset. I was like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get right. Like learn stuff quick. Go ahead in the summertime and grind. I was looking at the roster. I was like, I could compete with him. I'm like, I know I'm just as good as this person, that person. So that's what my mindset going into it.
So and I want to tell the students too, like how much of that ideology you had was like the wrong ideology, because in college, it's a lot of people on that bench that's probably better than the people playing.
Oh yeah,
right. That's the first thing. But the reality of it is now it's becoming more of a business, becoming more of a not just what you can do far with the ball and putting it in the hoop. But what's your attitude like? What's your body language like? What's your demeanor like? How good of a teammate are you? How good of a leader are you? Can you take direction? Can you give direction? Are you going to be okay with just coming in out the game because we got you on for defense now? You're not playing offense today. Can you change your game because maybe you was a scorer in high school, but college is saying you got to be a defensive player? It's so much more than just I'm better than this person, that person, because the reality of it is you had some shooters on your team. They ain't need no shooters. That's not what they needed you to do.
Yeah.
You know, they need you to do. They need you to do something specific.
It's the little things in college, yep.
Because it's so much more of a business now you have to be shaped and molded into a business player. And so I also feel like when I asked you about how can high schools help, I think just knowing that, hey, you a scorer now, but just knowing the next level, you may be that too, but you may not be that.
Yeah.
You may end up. How many people you see in the NBA? We always say try, but you watch the high school highlights, they tear niggas up.
Yeah, Patrick Beverly averaged like 35 in high school.
People think he a joke.
Yeah.
But he really was that guy in high school.
Yep.
It's a lot of people that they average 2.9 points in the NBA, but they used to average 40 a game.
High school and college, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people that joke and laugh at Kyle Kuzma. You played against him a couple times.
Yeah,
he was torching y'all.
Killing it, yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That word.
It's a joke now because he might be having bloopers and stuff in the NBA, but the reality of it is he was killing in high school. He was killing in college. He's nice in the NBA, you know? So I think just knowing that, I think college, it kind of prepares you for, student athlete, but at the same time, and I know you're getting these workouts and you're doing these workouts, I would just say, if you can, tell the students also, like, these workouts are just one aspect of the game. You need to try to work out as far as being like, how are you going to fit into somebody's system? I always like Jay Sean as a player.
Yeah, because he felt like system.
Yeah, he would get mad. Yes, he'd get mad when he's not the man, but at the end of the day, he'll end up having the best game just by listening to the coach. You'd be like, damn, Jay Sean had 21 points.
Right place at the right time.
That's it. You know? And I always liked that he was a system player. It's not, you're not a system player. You're somebody, you're going to come in like, you're a wild card for one. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you're only going to get because you're going to get a dog. You know that. But like I said, the team might not need that. They might need just
some assists or
the finesse. Yeah, they might need to draw the attention to yourself and pass it off. Just depends because you can draw the defense in. But how would you define your time at Cal and what did you learn?
Like you said, my first year was good, and my second year, like both years was good. And I think I learned a lot, like because when I first got there in the summertime, when I first got there, like in the summertime, me and Charlie used to work out a lot, like. And when I was talking to you, like after the first week, I was like, damn, I ain't know Charlie was this nigga. Charlie good, like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like he's small.
You see highlights and you think it's one, but you're like, oh man, but then you see me like, oh, he like that.
I remember me and you had first seen his highlights, and we was like, oh yeah, he's small, like we be all right. But then when I got to Cal, like he was like in practice, he was killing the scene. I was like, oh yeah, he tough, but like he ain't doing all that. I was like, yeah, he tough. And then working out with him, like just learning different stuff from him, like a lot of different stuff. And then working out with Jabbar, Bird, All-American, working out with him. I used to watch him play in the Peach Jam, like when he played Oakland Soldier when I was young, which is crazy. Ivan, working out with Ivan, just seeing how he worked, just working out with all the different players, pick up, all that in the summertime, weight room, just going to classes, like, Cal, like one of the number one school in the country, like in the world. So like it was just all like a culture shock for real.
I thought that was dope too, because you go to FAU, but then you decommit and you get to an even better academic.
Yeah, even
school.
better academic.
Everybody know Berkeley. Everybody
up
know
there with
about
Stanford.
Berkeley.
Yep.
Everybody know Cal Berkeley.
Yeah, when I tell all the people, when I tell all the teachers and stuff, like, oh yeah, I went to Cal Berkeley. It's my Berkeley. Yeah, Berkeley. What you mean?
And did well. Never had no problems at all.
Yeah.
I would say, let me ask you that. Like, and I love what South Alabama was for you as a person. Am I a fan of like that basketball statistic wise version of? Probably not, but I do like what they built as a person. I feel like that you needed that in life. Like you needed that in your life. I wish you could have learned it in a different way. That's why I say I take a lot of accountability for like maybe in your younger years not saying, hey, you wrong. I think in hindsight it just hurt as you went along because South Alabama, Coach Richie, he stood on business. He wasn't playing around.
Yeah,
he gonna make you a man for real.
Yeah,
and I always say like I love that about him.
And I still be talking to him now, which is crazy because I used to hate him during that period, but now we like.
But for no reason, really.
Yeah, for no reason.
He did. But he, as a leader, I even learned from him through y'all situation because like being able to, Don, you are a scorer. Like you can score. I know they needed points. Yeah. Not having you would probably hurt him to not do it, but it had to build the team because if I allow you to do what you're doing.
Looking back on it now, I understand why you do all that, but in the time I was like, damn, like you know what I'm saying? But like you said, he was standing, he wasn't going for nothing, man. Like
talk about that. I'm gonna skip past some stuff with Kyle because I do want to get into your teaching and stuff. I think that's important. But talk about that, like college is so much of a business. When you're younger and you watch ESPN, these kids watch ESPN, we say, oh man, LeBron and Darvin Ham don't get along. When I was young, I used to think like, yo, how the coach and the team and the player don't get along? They see each other every day. Like, how do you not get along? But then you'll sit there and say like, you know, at one point you hated Coach Riley, you know, but you got to see him every day in practice. You got to talk to him still. Like, I still have to be cordial. Even if y'all don't speak. I got to be cordial.
Yeah, but see, it was one point in time like when I had got off the team for a minute, then when he let me back on, I had to beg him. When he finally let me back on, like it was one point where for probably like a month, where we're like, I come out of the locker room, he'll come out, like his office, we won't even say nothing to each other, like just won't even say nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Cause probably he was disappointed in me and I was still mad at him, but I was happy I was back on the team, but he probably disappointed, like, this supposed to be my like starting point guard, like, but now I can't play him just cause I can't play him, you know what I'm saying? I gotta stand on what I believe in. And so it was something, like that whole month, like we used to just walk by each other and never say nothing, walk by, all that stuff. So it was kind of awkward, but you know, I made it do what it do cause I was just thankful to be back on the team after all that stuff I had to go through.
But that's why I talk about college as being a business, because it happens in the NBA. Like you get prepared for that. So a lot of times when you say a player don't make it, and you're like, why ain't make it? Well, it's probably something else that we don't know about. Like maybe his attitude, maybe his demeanor. Because in the NBA, it's gonna be times where a coach might criticize you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just not listen to the coach now. You know what I'm saying? You can't just not do this to the coach. So even in college, it's the same thing. Like. It follows you when you go to one college, have a problem with this coach.
Yeah, because all the coaches talk, all the coaches know each other, especially now. But even back then, all the coaches talk and know each other. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it is.
Attitude problem here, this problem here, do this,
and they're gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And most of them real cool, so they ain't gonna lie to each other.
So I don't have time to get into it per se, but I definitely want to say, man, that I do think that one thing that we haven't touched on, just not giving an excuse, but just also that probably weighed on you too, was you also had a son while you were in college, and not that didn't hinder you per se, but I think I'm a dad. You see what I do with me. You see how mommy is, you know, with us. I think just knowing all that comes with that parenthood just weighed on you a lot too. So that also affected a lot of your decision making, because at this point now you're like, I gotta get a bag now. Now it's this point where I ain't even trying to do it. I need to get somewhere I'm making money. Yeah. So then you had, you know, make other decisions and stuff like that. So I think that also weighed on you in a lot of your decision making in college as well too. Which is why, like I say, you tell kids, you know, just like you said earlier, you know, be good to people, because you never know when you're gonna need them later on. You know, had you had a good attitude, even if you had the sun and stuff coming. You probably have been playing. You probably could have been killing, so you would still been feeling good about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You probably could have played in the G League or something like that, because of you know, how your last year went. How much of how the ending of your collegiate career, whether it's in South Alabama, which you don't get me wrong, you got highlights from South Alabama, you got highlights and stuff, but how much of that affected your love for the game of basketball going forward?
Oh yeah, a lot. I mean, that's probably the biggest reason I even kind of stopped playing. I guess everybody would say I really stopped hooping like that, just because my last year, you know, in South Alabama, the way everything just went, and most of it, like you said, was my fault. But it was just a mess, and it just kind of weighed on me a lot. Then, you know, when I had got suspended that time, well, it was like a leave. Like they basically kicked me off the team. It was like that whole week or two, it was just dark. Like I wasn't even leaving my room or nothing. It was crazy. I couldn't go to practice. I still had to go to class, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I still got to go to class, and I'm still living with, you know, Fox and Herb, and they still going to practice, still coming back, telling me what happened at practice and all this, you know. And it's awkward for them too, because they don't want to like ask me what's going on for real, and I'm not really telling them what's going on, but they knowing what's going on, and I'm not even going to class. I'm staying in the room, dark in the room, not watching TV, not talking to you, not talking to mommy, nobody.
But talk about like that, because how I'm seeing it is like, now I'm seeing a person who have all this promise, all this talent, you know what I'm saying, could definitely easily size and body build wise can make it to the next level. Not able to do so because of decision making and just, you know, attitude.
Another reason, like the last year at South Alabama, I had my ankle injury. Like that's the first time I really had a major injury like that. And then like they had kind of keep rushing me back, trying to rush me back. Then once I came back, like I couldn't really, you know, move how I wanted to move. I had to think about stuff too. And then like I couldn't, you know how I play, I can't really play like that. And then, you know, Riley was trying to win, so like he see me not playing how I play, he was like, yeah, I can't, you know. And that's how that even started. Like that's how that bad riff even started. Like it was just from an injury, not even being 100%. Couldn't move how I move, couldn't play how I play. And that's why I had started off slow that year. And then that's when me and him had got into it one practice. Then it just
from there went on.
Yeah.
But and that's a key thing too, because injuries definitely when a player can't play like himself, so we always talk, not we, but people, they'll diss Anthony Davis, they'll diss certain players, D-Rose, whatever.
Yeah.
But I feel like they pain, like to have an injury and not be able to be yourself like you normally, like for all your life been able to do.
Yeah, and it was a high sprain, but it felt like I broke it. Like I was doing rehab every day with Matty B. I trained her like every day, like 3 times a day, like during practice.
But then you be good one day, then you're not good for 4 days. You're good for 2 days, then you're not good for 3 days. It's like now you don't want to go as hard. You're like, I want to be good every day. So now you're trying not to move as.
And then I still got to walk on. Like I still got to go to class. I still got to walk to the car. I still got to walk home. Like it's like
practice.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna carry you. Yeah, weights. You still gotta. Yeah, it's still going nonstop. So it was that injury really like put me in a bad mind place and then just held me back a little bit.
But I wanted to say, like, just talk about like the pressure, the weight on somebody who, all right, one, you got a child coming, you got a kid coming. That's one. 2, you seeing pretty much your hopes kind of like just slip out your hands in the course of 10, 12 months, whatever. Like, because you probably, everybody still got the NBA dreams, the NBA goals. It's like, if I ain't playing, I can't get there.
Yeah, and I already had to sat out a whole year before that. You know what I'm saying?
Sat out a whole year. You already have issues with the coaches and stuff like that. And then, like you said, you're not talking to us. Not that we was beefing, but we feel away about some decisions you're making. You feel away about some decisions you're making. We might be saying stuff you're not trying to hear it or whatever it can be. It's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of kind of just negative feedback per se, and then not playing the way you want to play. Not playing at all. So now you're in the media. People asking you questions. Why you not playing? They watching the game. You got family hitting you up, calling you like, "Oh, why you not playing? Why you not playing?"
Even when I got suspended, that came out in the like the Mobile News. I was like, dang. People were sending me the article before. I was like, dang. So it was crazy.
All that weighing on you, like, what was your mindset around that time?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess. I don't know how Daddy would say. I was just taking it day by day for real, just trying to get through the day. Like I told you, I wasn't really leaving my room. I was like in the dark the whole day. I wasn't even going to class. I wasn't texting back none of the coaches, like TP, because TP was still always like hit me up. I wasn't really texting him back. I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to mommy. Probably the only person I was really talking to was like FaceTime and meet you. Like that's about it for real. Yeah. But then other than that, I would just go. I was sleeping like throughout the whole day for real. I was trying to sleep everything away, trying to think about nothing. But
then even then COVID happened, so it ends from there. You don't get a proper even graduation from college. Not that you really care at that point because so much going on.
As long as I got my diploma, I was good.
But I say that to say like, but then it trickles into like real life. So now you come home, and hell, you left as Don, Don we know. Yeah. But you came back as a Don we weren't familiar with. Yeah. Now you're depressed. Life ain't where it need to be at. None of this stuff was in the plans for you. So now you have to replan or refocus, reshift. You still kind of going through your not talking spells because I don't know if you just felt the way, if it was whether it was embarrassment, whether it was the feeling of just letting people down maybe, or just not being where you could be, or just knowing that you had a big hand in some of the decision making you made and you probably should make better decisions.
Yeah, it was a little bit of all, yeah. A little bit of all of that.
But I think most of us felt it, you know what I'm saying? But we try to give you space, but we also didn't want you to sit around and just feel sorry for yourself either. So the goal was to tell you stuff like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. Of course, I wouldn't hear that. You like, I could still play right now. Yeah. Like, what you mean? What you mean I should be coaching or teaching or working out?
Especially once I came home.
I could play right now.
Because once COVID happened, like I was like getting back healthy. Like in practice, like, I was moving how I move. I was killing in practice and everything. Like I hadn't had a meeting with Riley before we was about to go to the Sun Belt tournament. Like he was like, I might let you get you in there some. Like you playing way better. Like you competing. Everything was going good, but then once COVID hit, we got sent home. So it was like, damn, start from scratch again. And then by that time, everything was kind of like bad because I didn't have a good year. So it was hard to find certain stuff or get certain people to help me with certain things. So I had to figure out stuff on my own for real.
Yeah, man. I still think you had a great, college career. You got a lot of highlights, a lot of things you did that people didn't do. You played against some NBA greats, top prospects. Had great shows against them, so it wasn't ever a question of what you can do or whether you can do it. But college is so much about the decisions you make on a day-to-day basis. Like that decision you made to not go to practice that day, the time you got mad, the decision you made to like, terrible decision. I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah, terrible.
I remember you FaceTiming you like, I just left, man. Like I remember like not knowing what to say because I remember being mad. Like I don't know if you should have did that, but I also remember like I had just left you up from up there. So I mean, I came up there because I felt like you needed to be up there. I remember I told you like, man, every last bit of money I had, I used. I'm just gonna go see him. I don't care. Whatever happened, happened. Lost my car, all that stuff. I said, I don't care. I'm just gonna see him because I feel like you needed me to be there. And to be able to see like what you were going through and then actually witness it was like, yeah, okay, I kind of see now. But once you're on edge, you're on edge. Like when you're on edge, that's it. Like even for you, like you always been that way, like temper, like once you get there, it's like I'm there now. So now leave me alone, bro. I'm pissed off. So you went through a good period of time, like about 3 years of just like, you know, I don't remember I did the episode with Trevor one time, and it was like about athletes and you know.
About the identity or something like that.
Yeah, that was for you.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, like I was doing that as the way I did things as the way that I can talk to you because, like I said, sometimes if you talk to somebody, it'll make them not want to talk to you. I didn't want to have a strained relationship. I also didn't want to like just be bombarded with like, you know, motivation. Like I'm wallow, like yo, you can do this. No, I don't want to do all that. Just like me give him information out there in different ways. But it was about a 2-3 year period, I would say, right? Of just straight depression and just straight like for you, just like I don't know, just
about 2-3 years, You're trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Just working this job, that job, you know, different jobs here and there, warehouse, this and that. Just trying to figure it out. It took a minute though. Like it took a minute. Like everybody see me now, what I'm doing now, and think it just happened over time. With like they don't even know what to have, boy. Like
so before because I definitely want to talk about all that now. Before I get to that, I definitely want to say like you mentioned like the depression. You mentioned being 2-3 years. You mentioned working here, doing this. Like what was that even like? Like you never worked a day in your life. Never worked a day in your life. Like in your mind, all you were going to do is be a part of basketball. Whether you played, it was going to be basketball. That's for life. When you have to work and then still being depressed and still going through the emotions of parenthood, the relationship stuff of, you know, even if it's a feeling of failure, maybe because mommy's struggling now, you're like, damn, at this time of life, I'm supposed to be able to give her $2,000, just, hey, take that, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Because I don't know what's going through your mind. Like, but just tell the people, like, what's going through your mind post college. Like, you got your degree, it's over now. Right? COVID didn't kill anything of going overseas, all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like that first month after, I mean, I was trying to kind of go overseas. I mean, I kind of was, but I kind of was. I really was trying to do it just because of my name and, you know, everybody know me for basketball. Right. But I knew I wasn't really still in the basketball how I was. So I knew I ain't had that passion how I had it. So, I don't know. I just think it was some days I wanted to go to work. Some days I didn't. Like, you know how it is working a job. But I had Mitri, so I knew I had to do something. And then, you know, me and Toe was together at the time. We was living together. So we had rent, had bills, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff would just come in. I had mommy car note, you know, mommy stayed on me about the car note, all that stuff. Phone bill, mommy made sure I had to give my money for the phone bill, all that. So, I mean, I had bills and, like, I know mommy understood that I still want to kind of play basketball, but at the same time, you know, mommy, like, she all about her bills and her money, making sure everything in order. She was like, look, Don, like, you got to find a job. Like, I know you're trying to go overseas or whatever, but right now it ain't looking too good. So now you got to find a job, you got to do this. And when she told me that, like, I kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but it was like, she right. Like, I got to meet you. Like, I can't keep asking you and mommy for money, stuff like that, you know, just.
I just want to say, because I want to make sure I say it right, like, and I don't want to take what you said the wrong way. I think mine was just more, and me too, I guess at some point, mine was more in I said this other day, like people live in reality driven. Mommy's about reality.
No,
like, she's not living
mm-hmm.
no dream world. Yeah. Her mind, she's like, hey, look, bro, like, you fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
once she realized, hey, she already
knew. You fucked it
yeah.
up, bro. Like, all right, so what we doing now?
Yeah, that's basically what she told me one day too, yeah. She's like, you got your degree, put it to use. Like, do something. Teach, coach. And I was like, Mom, I'm not trying to do all that.
But nobody that really have dreams and aspirations of playing an NBA or at the next level, professional level, is ever thinking, okay, I'm about to be working at this retail shop,
right off the bat,
or I'm about to be delivering this, or I'm about to be Ubering this. Doing like nobody. You thinking all. You're not thinking the ball about to stop bouncing. You know, that's like a funny question. So like full circle for most people because people ask you that. What you gonna do if this don't work? And really, you like, what you mean if it don't work? And do you not see the game I just had?
Yeah. And then with me, it's like, you know, everywhere I go, it's like everybody knew me for basketball, so it's like off the rip, like, you know, especially when I first came home, it was like crazy. That's why when I first came home, I barely even like did anything. Like I barely left the house. I ain't go to no open runs. I ain't do nothing. Like I was just done with everything. Like you said, I was in a depressed stage, so I was trying to figure out what I'm gonna do.
What is that like too? Like being depressed but having to go to Walmart, but then like you seeing 5 people that want to stop you and ask you about basketball, or telling you, man, you can still play because you look like it, but your ankle's still messed up sometimes even now, or you just know like it's not that easy, bro. Like I can't just say, hey, I'm done, y'all. Won't you sign me?
Just faking it, like you said. Like when I had to go to Walmart or somewhere out in the public with you, or just anywhere. Like if I see somebody, just faking it, like try not to show it, like and just keep going with that. But like I said, I'm just good at just trying not to show it or just faking it, just getting by. At least when it comes to showing emotion in front of other people, like
Yeah, no, I definitely think that I mean, that's just a trait that we have, I think. So I think that's a dope perspective just to understand that. And I think that what I want people to get from this is like really make the best choices in school while you can. Yeah. Because there's no telling when you can get them choices again. Or when you get them
telling the kids
again.
now.
Like people think D1 is like people think D1 is just like going through a door. No, them doors don't even open for some people never even stand in front of that door. Like they had no chance ever. They don't see that door. They don't touch the knob.
And they try until they can't try no more. Yeah.
So it's not something that's just like a bag of chips you can just get. So you have to treat it as such. It's not like a car where you just go get another one. It's not a bus where you got a 15 minutes another stop coming. Like it's not that. It's one of the things where like it's people who never ever will, like, even with you and the college career you had. It's some people that didn't make bad decisions, didn't make bad choices, did everything the coach said to do. They still don't have the type of career you had on a college level. They don't have that high of scoring this many points on national TV, of shutting down this player, of scoring on this player, of stripping this player. That's a number. Like it's certain highlights and awards and things that you've done that people will never understand how that feel. They don't know how it feel to be on ESPN and you scoring 20-some points the first half. You just can't fucking miss.
Yeah, same tournament that me and you used to watch back in Wood. Like, Maui, when Kimber Walker used to playing it, great. Austin Rivers, I'll be telling everybody that. Like, it just, everything come full circle.
Some
crazy.
people will never know how I feel to play side by side with somebody they admire watching coming up, and y'all on the same team because you just put the work in and you got to that level. Some people will never know how I feel to get interviewed after a game. And you've had plenty of them. Some people will never know how it feel to have people that's strangers tweet about you for 5, 6 days, 7 days straight. And you trending.
It's like when you had text me. It's like when you text me, like, you didn't tell me you was on the news. I was like, I forgot. But yeah, it was just something about David.
Some people don't have they never gonna forget because they don't get one chance. You've been in there so many times, it's probably common to you, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so just for some kids, like even into you may feel like, I feel like it's a big deal. I don't know how you feel as comparing to other people that had a college career, but like even out of your core, your peers, I still feel like always highlight wise, award wise, you've had better and bigger highs than a lot of them.
Yeah,
everybody might have been
consistent,
but you have the highlight.
Yeah,
they might have played at ESPN and won this game, but that person might have scored 6 points, got 45 minutes, 35 minutes, whatever. But hell, you scored 29 points. You know what I'm saying? You had a double. You scored 6 threes. You know what I'm saying? You did this. You got all the highlights from this one game, this game, that game. To where it's like it's so many highs that you had. You know, and I'm saying this to say that even with all them highs, it's some lowest of lows as well that come with bad decision making, no matter how good you are. So you got to make the right choice, And I hope that when you talk to these kids that you teaching and stuff, that you tell them like, hey, yo, to you it's just this person disrespect you. I had to fight. I had to slap him. Or to you it's just I'm gonna disrespect the teacher today. But that's a behavior you're gonna learn and go forward. Yeah. And when you in college, somebody gonna stand on business and they gonna tear you up.
Yeah. But that what I be telling the kids, my middle school kids now, like in the hallway when I see them, I be like, do the right thing. That's my quote for them. Like they be like, Mr. Coleman, do the right thing, because that's what I say to them. Or I be like, lock in, or I be like, get your mind right. But them 3 things, what I be saying them all year. Now they be saying it to me when they see me, like, lock in, Mr. Coleman, or get your mind right. Or do the right thing, Mr. Coleman, because that's what I be saying to them throughout the whole year.
Before I get into the school thing, I want to say this, because I know we talked about it real quick. I want to make the clip of this. But can you tell people, because we mentioned about a call you called me about leaving practice. Tell them about the Cal thing, leaving practice, and then what that kind of how that hurt you.
Yeah. So So one day we was watching film, and our head coach was like, look, from now on, matter of fact, he was like, I had got a tick one game. He's like, from now on, if anybody get a tick, you are coming off the bench. So mind you, at this point, I think I was ready to come off the bench. Something happened. I was ready to come off the bench. So I'm like, okay, cool. So the next game, Marcus got a tick, right? In the game, he got a tick. So
I play Arizona
State. Arizona State. So he got a tick. So I'm on the bench like, oh shit, all right, he ain't starting this game, so I'm gonna start this game. I was like, so I'm gonna start this game. So we get into practice like the next day. We watch film, then we go into practice, go upstairs, go practice. And then like in college, like before practice, like we stretch, and then like, so this the game after the game before another game. So he like, first five, walk through such and such. I'm looking, Marcus go out there first five, like, oh, I was like, oh hell no, but they tripping today. I'm like, Ham, I'm talking to Nick. I'm like, Ham, bro, didn't he get a tag? Ham like, yeah, man, come on, Don, just focus, man. I'm like, nah, bro. So I'm just walking around, bro. I was like, nah, bro. At Cal, I was on some other stuff. I don't know. I think I had a big head after scoring 30 some games. So I'm thinking I'm bigger than the team at this point. So I'm like, man, he's still starting. Like, nah, man. So he like second five. So I'm just standing on the side like, I know I'm the second five because I'm supposed to be in the first five. These niggas got the tag. He's like, Don, get out of here, man. Man. I said, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I feel like I went to the bathroom. I went to the locker room, dressed. I just left, bro. I don't even know. I don't know. Looking back on now, it's crazy though, because me being the coach now, if a player did that, man, you off the team, bro. I ain't over with, bro. I ain't talking to your parent or nothing, bro. It's over with, bro. You just gonna leave practice? But yeah, looking back on now, it was crazy. But that's how that went. It was nothing.
But that was like kind of his last straw for you. Like,
yeah.
now you disrespecting me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he still gave me the chance after that. But that was like, he had to suspend me after that. I couldn't play against UCLA or USC. I couldn't go to the LA trip. And Nick was pissed at me. He was like, yeah. And after that happened, like, I knew Nick was mad at me because Nick came home. Me and Nick lived together. He ain't say nothing to me or nothing. Like, he ain't text me. He ain't talk to me or nothing. He just left the next day. He ain't say nothing to me.
And you think about leadership, or you think about what position you could have been in or was in for somebody like Nick, because you nice. He like you a good. He like, I need you to be here. I like playing with you, bro. Like, you my teammate.
And then we going back to his hometown. So he was like, I know he was pissed at me.
He want to set it up with you. He want to show your family to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He messed it up because
it took a minute for us to talk. It probably took like 2 or 3 days for us to talk. Then he was like, yeah, man, you was wrong for that. I was like, yeah, I know, man. Then I ended up having to apologize to the team and Joaquin and everything. I ended up getting back on the team like 2 games later. But yeah, it was over nothing. Just,
and don't get me wrong,
I was in the wrong.
Through what we talking about, I'm purposely not saying anything that the other party did and stuff, because it's always back and forth.
Yeah, it was petty stuff. Yeah,
because I want players and people to be accountable. I'm just only focusing on you because we done a lot of podcasts, but we didn't say what you did, but we said what they did. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make sure we addressed that. So I want to definitely say, first of all, shout out to every coach you had. First of all, but I'm big on Alabama, South Alabama. I said it plenty of times before. Shout out to Coach Rowe.
Yeah, Coach Rowe.
Coach Richie.
Yep. TP, Coach Riley. Yep.
Coach Riley. I say that because I feel like without them standing on the business they needed to stand on and actually tell you, like, hey, look, I don't care how good you are, you're not playing for us with that attitude. Yeah. Without that, like, I don't think we get what you got right now. Yeah. And I think that what you're doing now speaks to like what you've been through, but also what you went through
at that
particular time. I wholeheartedly believe that time is what made you become a man. You didn't have a choice. They didn't give you a choice. And I feel like Cal, great. I love the highlights from Cal. JUCO, I love the highlights from JUCO. You dunked in the game. It's just amazing to me how you just start dunking out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. High school, I loved when you play that Butler. I would scream top of my lungs. But South Alabama, that coaching staff, Coach Rowe, TP, Coach Riley, they created a man, and then also they delivered what they said they would deliver. They never said you were going to the NBA. They never said you were going to. They said, listen, if you do X, Y, Z, I will do X, Y, Z. And you didn't do X, Y, Z, but so they still made sure that you left there a man. And that's what I cared about, because he cared about life so much. He talked about life a lot. And I think you're probably seeing it now. In that moment, you're not feeling it, but how you are now, how wide you are to keep at what you're doing, it's really going back to that time period and what you learned about yourself and what they kind of made you figure out about yourself in that time period as well. So shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them, because I still talk to them like every day. So shout out to them. Yeah, TP just sent me, all of this stuff. Yeah, Mike and all of them. So shout out to them.
So I know you went through some years of depression and you just, you sat out, you did different things. Well, if I'm mistaken, I don't want to say too much, but I know it was some kind of hardship time that you went through. And I think on a limb, you was like, because you were just home. I ain't gonna lie, I love you to death. I ain't never get tired of seeing you until that time. I was like, all right, this nigga just eat all the bread, eat all the drinking all cherry Pepsi. Like, bro, what, like you drank the whole case today?
Yeah, you talking about last July, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, like, I'm not gonna lie. You did when you drank all the soda. I said, yeah, he got to go. This is insane. Because it's no way you home drinking all the soda. I can't go off that. Like, look, what you gonna? And I think you tried. I mean, you tried Walmart. You was trying different places you gonna go. Yeah. And then you told me you was like, I'm gonna try to do the teaching thing. All right, cool. And when that went through, I said, all right, so you teaching. I was I wasn't unsure just because, like I said, I'm thinking about some decisions you made and just leadership. I'm like, damn, when did he really learn? I know I felt like you did, but I'm like, when did he really learn something from what he did? And talk a little about that. Like, what went into that decision to kind of even consider being a teacher?
Just trying to figure out what, I mean, like that whole, like you said, that whole last year, July, I just, like when I lost my car and everything, I had to start from scratch. I had to figure out what I was going to do.
Real quick, it's something about losing your car that should just put you on edge, bro. I don't know.
That's why I was at home drinking all the soda, eating all the bread, because I couldn't go nowhere. So I was just eating and drinking stuff. Like, I couldn't go nowhere, so I was like stuck. So that's why I was drinking everything, eating everything. Yeah, I lost my car, so that just made me like just get back focused. Like that was a hard time. Like just
you know how they say sometimes. Well, I always say things gotta happen so other things can happen. I feel like you're losing your car, even though I know you love the car. I know that you was still working, doing stuff with the car. You was working and stuff. But I feel like you don't lose that car. You're not where you at right now.
Yeah, because I'm still doing what I was doing.
What they say, sometimes you gotta take a couple steps back to take 10 steps forward or something like that. I feel like it pushed you 5 steps back. I know that it was hard because you have to ask to go places, be sharing one car. I mean, it was tough, right? Yeah. But to get to where you are now, as far as in your headspace and what you're doing, I feel like that had to happen. So I feel like even now, where we at in life, just me and you, like, as far as with mommy, daddy, all that stuff, I feel like certain things gotta happen because I feel like God has to have a way to really sit you down. Because we'll be on go. We'll find a way to be on go, so we ain't got to deal with reality. When you start to face life, you realize your decision making is just better.
Yeah. That's how I was that whole month, though. Yeah, just in the room, just thinking. And then, like I told you, then one day I was like, what is one way I can still be around basketball while, like, having a job? And then I was like, I guess teaching. Then I hit up Ms. Ross, which is the principal at Spirit Creek, was my, like, guidance counselor at Butler. And I was like, do y'all have any openings? Like, I'm trying to get into coaching, teaching, put my degree to use. And she was like, oh, yeah, like, do that, do this, that, and I'll get you right in. Then it would happen like that, happen quick like that. Then it was like the next day, like, I got a call.
That's dope. So, what about, and you coaching now, so, like, talk about that. Like, first of all, did you ever, like, in 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, did you ever see yourself actually working in a school, being a teacher, like, ever?
Oh, no. Yeah, it just happened like that crazy, but no, I never, I mean, sometimes I did kind of think about it, but not really. Only time I thought about it just because Body, like, just because Body was young and Body was my teacher and my coach, like, so that's probably the only times I did think about it, just because I knew Body, but other than that, not for real, nah.
It never was a goal, like an idea you had.
Oh, nah. No.
That's wild.
That's what I be telling the kids now, though, like, it just happened.
What about coaching? Did you ever think any years you'd be coaching?
I mean, not really, especially not girls. No, not girls, but just coaching in general, not really. I kind of thought about it every now and then, but like, I always thought I'd still be playing until I'm like at least 35, 36, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think I'd make this transition this quick, but especially not coaching girls though, but I like it, so I mean, it worked out.
Well, talk about that a little bit because you do coach girls. Like, how has coaching girls changed your perspective on the game of basketball from the woman's point of view? Woman's perspective, rather.
Oh, it changed it a lot. It made me more patient with the game just because dealing with girls, you know how it could be sometimes. It just made me pay attention to the small little details of the game and just make me appreciate the game even more, like way more than I did before. And make me appreciate females playing the game because it just, I don't know, it's just more relaxing seeing females play than dudes for some reason. I don't know why. And it's just more easier to coach and just to train them and just, get them better.
Yeah.
It's just easier. And it's fun just to see them get better, and it's fun for them to see the work they put in, show, and, get back from it.
I wondered that because, like, I do know that because with guys in sports, a good bit of time, I don't know the percentage, but they have the passion to want to do that, so they do it. And sometimes with women, young ladies, they do it for fun. They do it because they don't want to be home. They do it because their friend is playing.
Yeah,
it's not really, quote unquote, always competitive. They just there. And then but I think the dope thing I see with you is you're able to bring that competitive spirit out of them. I watched from game 1 to the end of the season to see who started to take more charge, to see who started to get more emotional on the gym floor, to see who made better shot selection, to see who changed and just matured as the season went on, and then even seeing that and see how they gravitate towards you, and then even seeing how you are with them, like you don't treat them like girls at all. Like you're not any softer with them because they no. What are you doing out there? What are you doing? Come on. What are you doing? Tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, I be straight up with them, and they like that. Like I was like that from day one, though. I've been straight up with them. Like even when in the classroom, like I always be straight with all the kids. Like get them good advice. Like I treat all the girls like my daughters, and I treat all the boys like my sons. Like, and they know that. Like they know I got love for them, and they know I'm gonna keep it real with them.
How much of what you've been through and been able to experience do you feel like is helping you or helping them in the long run? Because you got a extensive career with organized sports, just basketball in general.
Just going through
places you've been to, people you played against. You know what I'm saying? Competitive nature, records you broke. The growth you have from 6th to 7th to 8th to 9th to 10th, like all of that being said, rather, how do you think that's helped them?
I think it helped them a lot because they asked me a lot of questions. They asked me a lot of questions. So I mean, and when they ask me questions, I give them like real answers. You know what I'm saying? Like I give you real answers. I give them real answers, and I keep it real with them. Like I tell them stuff that happened with me at Cal, good and bad. I tell them about me playing against Steph Curry and all that stuff, and they see it, and I make sure I put the pictures up. And like me, like I was never big on taking pictures, but now I'm big on taking pictures. Like I got a lot of pictures, like so many kids, so many students now. It's crazy. Just cause like from you taking pictures with me and like you need to take pictures here, like you recording Brooke when they was younger, stuff like that. Just memories. That's what I kind of try to do with the kids now, just to show them like I really care about them, and that's why they respect me so much. And they make the job easy, and that's why I kind of like fell in love with teaching now because they just made it so easy for me.
I was going to ask you that. I'm glad you said that. How much of what you do now, the teaching, the training, the basketball training, how much of that now feels like work versus passion versus something you just love to do?
Oh yeah, it's all passion. I don't feel like work at all. Like even though I get paid for like the workouts and stuff like that, like half of the time I don't even be looking like for the money. I be looking forward to like just working with that certain player or that certain person.
Hey, relax.
It just be the passion. But everybody do be telling me now like, oh nah, you need $25, man. You tripping? Man, you make it 50. You need to make it 40. I be like, nah, it's just the first summer, bro. Like I'm just in here because I got the gym. Like we just working, man. Just trying to get them better.
But talk a little about it though. Like it's been going good for you though. You're doing the training. Well, before we get to training, actually, I want to talk about the coaching thing. How do you think your first year coaching went? Like you're a coach. You're a coach now. Like, you coach a basketball team.
Yeah.
How do you think your first year coaching went? And then how would Don coach Don?
Yeah, the first year I think first year it went all right. It went all right because the year before I got there, they won 2 games. And this year we won 4. We went 4-6. In reality, we should have went like 7-3 because we had 3 games we should have won that we dropped. But like you said, throughout the season, you can see the progress every game. Like, and then towards the end, like, our games started being sold out. Like our girls' game, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they was playing good in front of a big crowd. Like you said, taking better shots, making layups, making the right pass, little stuff like that. So I think it was a good. I'd probably say like a B overall. It was a good season. Next year gonna be way better, but it was a good season. And how would I coach me? I don't know. That's hard.
Let me see.
Man.
I'm asking. So
yeah, that's hard.
Coach Coleman. How does Coach Coleman coach player Don Coleman? Let me say.
It just depends on what grade.
11th grade year.
11th grade year. I don't know.
You had a breakout sophomore year already. In your mind, you the man. Ain't nobody stopping you. You the best in the area in your mind. What do you do?
I mean, as a coach, I would just stay on me even harder. Cause like I said, going to my 11th grade, I mean, I still work, you know what I'm saying? But of course, I knew I was like one of the best players in the city, but I still work. So it was never like trying to get motivated or, you know, some coach trying to get me in the gym because I was always wanting to get in the gym. But I would say just, like you said, hold me more accountable because, you know, sometimes body will hold me accountable, but for the most part, like I knew I could do this and get away with it or cuss him out and still play or, you know, shoot it from half court and I still gonna stay in the game. Like, you know, little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the dangers of playing like high school ball versus like going to college.
Yeah.
Like, once again, you're playing against people sometimes who are just playing because football season out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the person guarding you might not even be a basketball player. It might be a football player. You're gonna drop 30 to him, of course.
Yeah.
But then you playing against somebody that's all ball's life for you.
Yeah,
ball's life for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
work just as hard as you do. Yeah.
And then just the decision making, like just hey, don't do that. You do this. I said don't do that. Well, you want to take out the game? You're gonna lose if I do. You know what I'm saying? Just the attitude thing too. So I think that's also a big deal. What the kids like that you teach or the kids that you train, like what does that do for you like now? Like where's your headspace at now? Going through all the years of depression from 2019 pretty much to 2023 pretty much. Where's your headspace at now? Like are you out of it or is it bittersweet because everything going on with mommy and daddy? Is it like where are you at now with it?
Oh, I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm depressed now. I would say I'm in a good headspace, but you know, some days where I do think about like mommy or you know or daddy. But when I do start thinking about them things, that's the days when I'm like, okay, I got to get in the gym early this morning. It's on my mind. If I wake up early, like I'm trying to get in the gym early, or I need to stay in the gym all day just to keep that off my mind, or you know, if I wake up in the morning, you know, I got to do this and that for mommy, or if mommy in a bad mood or something, then I'll be like, okay, I gotta get out of the house. I gotta go to the gym or something like that. You know, this is little stuff like that. But right now, I would say I'm in a good headspace. And as far as the workouts, for me, it just keep me motivated to keep going. Like after every workout, I kind of like make a mix for them.
Yeah.
And so like after every mix, I'd be like, okay, this is my best mix right here. Then I have a workout like next day, I'd be like, oh damn, this is the best mix right here. Then the next day, I'd be like, oh nah, this is probably the best. Then every day is like the mix get better and better and better. And or the workout get better and better, or the player get, you know, it's a higher caliber player, or it's a pro, or it's a college player, or you know, it's a player I used to play with in high school that's still playing overseas that I'm training like. Or like for instance, Dan, like I played with Dan my freshman year, Dan. And now I'm training his son. His son's going to 6th grade, which is crazy, you know what I'm saying? And Dan trusts me to train his son. He hit me up like, man, I trust you. He only training with you. Like
you had some NBA players you up too. So I'm not saying names, but you had
NBA players, hit me up,
following you, messaging you, and stuff like that. So even that's dope, and that wasn't something you set out to do. Like you didn't.
It just happened. Like, and then like I learned that from you too. Just promoting, like just getting my stuff out there. Like now it's to the point where I don't need too much. I don't even look at the likes or the view. Like the views, all that's cool, but I'm just posting, like just trying to get it out there. Like someday I'll try to get 2 mixes out, 3 mixes out. Just trying to promote the kids, just trying to promote my page, like just trying to get out there, just how you do with the more of the masses, like promoting content, just content. I try to keep it coming.
You know, to me that mean a lot, like when you say things like that, because I know one thing, I know you look up to me and know we got a good relationship and stuff, but I think I be wanting that more than anything. People see how I'm doing it. I don't care. Someone got 2 likes, or 30, like, it don't bother me.
But you know they're going to see it. Yeah, they're going to see it.
The impact it's having. And you having a great impact because you putting these mixes out and you're doing these workouts and now it's coming through. And
everybody's seeing it.
To the point where you might have to tell somebody, hey, I'm booked this day. I can't do this.
Yeah, that's how it is now, yeah.
So, you have to plan like, okay, how am I playing when school starts? Because now I'm getting too many people that ask me about training. I got to probably set up on certain days now. But now that's after becoming another form of income, another passion, another love for you. And it's still with the game. You know, back to what we was telling you earlier, like, just go train, just go work out. You was like, I don't want to do that. But you know what? I'm cool with that because that wasn't the time for that.
Yeah.
Time for it now, you know? So I think that's dope. It's just dope. And then you saying like, just kind of like me just putting out there. Because I think sometimes people think I'm just being hard. I'm not trying to, I know I come up that way, but I don't be trying to be hard and sensitive. I really just be telling people like, it's simple as just doing it. You're not going to see it the first month, second month, third month sometimes. Sometimes it's going to be a year from now.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going to be a year from now. Or you're going to share it a year from now and people going to like it then. They ain't like it last year. It happened. You got to keep having that and doing your own thing, and you cannot be focused on the results every single time.
Yeah, but just like when I had first started doing my workouts, when I first decided I was gonna do it, like when I first posted about it, like it got shares and likes and all that, but like not as many people were reaching out to me as it is now. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like crazy, like parents, it's coaches, AAU organizations, different workout programs trying to partner. All this, it's just crazy now. Like it'd be too much to even.
But the funny thing was, a lot of times people say, Augusta or people support popularity versus, talent, whatever. And you think about it, like, yeah, people initially liked it because you played ball, but that's what you're from. But you wasn't getting the love and stuff you're getting now because you just continuously kept posting it. Even words, statuses, like you wasn't. Man, that's another thing. During that dark time, you wasn't even social media.
Yeah, I want on Facebook.
You would just take your page off.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Then you come back, take it back off. But anyway, you posting now. You post social media more. You post messages. You know what I'm saying. You post your kids. You post your players. You highlight things. And you got to do all that because all that is part of you actually pushing it for the workouts to actually get the views and actually get people to reach out to you. To now, they probably waiting for your mixes every day. Oh, I wonder who next. They probably looking at your page. You are now kind of a form of media. I don't know if you know that or not, but you are now a form of media where people are going to your page to see what are some good prospects now. Who's nice around here? Who's this person? And so now you've become that. So media, teacher, a coach, trainer. These are all motivational coach. Now these are all things that you didn't have set to do, but now you can do it. You know. So I think that's dope, man. Definitely dope, man. What's your favorite part about the job? Your favorite part about like what you do now?
Well, it's being around the kids for real. I mean, they do get aggravated, every now and then, but like for the most part, just being around them, like, cause I'm just chill for the most part. I act around everybody around them too. Like, some of them be like, when I first started teaching, they were like, Miss Coleman, you so nonchalant, like you so blunt, like this, that, and the third. But that's just how I act, you know what I'm saying? But I would say being around the kids and just waking up and actually wanting to go to work and not be like, damn, I gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like sometimes I wake up early, like, okay, I'm ready to go to work.
Yeah.
It's just like that. Even now in the summertime with workouts, like, okay, meet you off. I'm going straight to the gym. Like, okay, meet you. Grandma gonna pick him up from school, so I can stay at the gym at about 6, 7. I ain't got to leave at 3 to get him at 4. Little stuff like that. And then during the year, just getting to the school, getting the board right, getting the classroom right, making sure it's smelling good, seeing the kids come in the morning, then just throughout the day, just motivating them. And just teaching them different things.
Well, I think one of the things that I've noticed, just seeing a growth in you, but also seeing a growth in just your attitude towards things, how you take whether it's criticism, feedback, the lack of like lashing back, and then also knowing the position you in. I think that's one of the things I see mostly now with you is like you knowing the position you in and what it means to the people that are following you. I think in the past, like you being the best player in your mind, just like I gotta go out there and perform, and that's it. But it's so much more to just being the best player than just performing. It's so much more than being a leader than just being the best scorer on the team. It's the attitude. It's I know. Shout out to Coach Martin. He's always telling you your body language. Right?
That's what I be telling my girls now, like body language, man. Come on, man, fix your body language.
But not really understand, like damn, the coach. People are watching you and they're seeing it. So now they are seeing. If I'm seeing it, they are seeing it. But your body language go far beyond sports. Like you said, early in the episode, you was like, you kind of gotta treat people a certain way because you never know when you're gonna need them. That's your body language to them. Like, are you respecting them? Are you giving them eye contact? Are you shaking their hand? Are you greeting them? People don't forget when you blew them off or when you treat them like shit. They're not gonna forget it. And I think that's an important piece just to that growth development with student and student athletes as far as like progression and getting the opportunity just because you got good manners. Getting the opportunity just because damn, you had a bad game, but you led the whole game. You was leading the whole game. Like you never gave up. You never showed signs of defeat. Like you didn't get mad. And I this person can say I disagree with your coach's decision that one play, but you didn't get upset. You didn't make it about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You kept putting your best foot forward. And I think that kids got to know like that's important. It's okay if you call a play and we're gonna run this. No, coach, we should run this. We're gonna run this to go out there and still do it, even if you don't want to. But your body language doing it is gonna help your team make better decisions as well. So yeah, man, I'm super proud of you, man. I do want to ask though, because this is on a tangent, it's nothing to do with that. Because you had the depression. I think depression runs in our family anyway, just how we are and how we think, and just how we react to depression, or just being in a room and just shutting everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about like the fact that you were able to? How can I say? Okay, how do you feel about the fact that you were able to, like, be on good terms with with Daddy before he passed away? Like the fact that y'all were able to speak, and because y'all went all them years without talking, not all them years, like a decade, but we went through 2-3 years without talking because you were depressed and you going to other things, and then when you're depressed, you blame people. You blame I blame me and my dad because you ain't do this. I'm blaming mommy because you ain't do this. I'm blaming you because you ain't do this. You said this to me. Da da da. You having all these blame, you point all these fingers because you want to point at yourself or whatever. You're going through your own stuff, and then y'all not speaking, or you don't talk, you don't answer his phone call, whatever. You're not in the same vicinity as him. He here, you going to not come to that time until you leave, whatever. But to make that decision to say, okay, well, I want you to, meet your grandson. He met him before, but I want you to be around him. I'm gonna come see you. I'm gonna talk to you, and able to like bridge that gap of lack of communication. How did that feel now, knowing that that was his last years of life, pretty much?
Oh no, I feel good. I mean, like you said, about 2 or 3 years where we really ain't talked like that, but it felt real good. But I think that go back to you when you sometimes you used to be like, well, sometimes you just drop little things about Daddy because me and Daddy weren't talking, so you just say little things about Daddy here and there, or ask me little things, or say, or you might need to just hit him up, or just say little things like that, see what I would say. But sometimes I wouldn't give you no response, or I'd be like, well, nah, he all right, or nah, he just we would joke around, but you'll be serious. But you know how we joke and be serious at the same time. But it felt good to be be on good terms with him, and then he was planning on trying to get me a car, get me situated and everything, and then it's crazy, the day we found out he passed away, that morning you dropped me off to school, and I was like, the last time you talked to Daddy or something like that, you remember it was that morning?
Yeah.
And then I think you was like, I just dropped him off to the airport or something you told me like last week or something like that. I was like, okay, yeah, I just thought about it this morning something. And then, later on that day we ended up finding out he passed away, which is, it's just crazy, but yeah, it was just crazy full circle moment, but it felt good to be on good terms with him before, all that stuff happened, but it did feel good.
I think it's like I said, I feel like things happen for a reason. I don't really question too much. Of course you want your parents to live forever, but I also feel like the timing of everything was just like how it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's why, even though I'm mad at a certain situation, I just feel like it's supposed to happen. Something else got to happen because that happened, So I feel like y'all being able to speak and talk and call and joke and stuff again was probably what was needed to kind of, close whatever was going to be closed, and move forward from there. But also, so that now, like, you're not living with regret, of, oh, damn, I should have called them. I should have, y'all was on good terms, so it was nothing to really,
And then it took me a minute to process it because, when it happened, like you said, life's still going. So when it happened, I still had to go to school the next day. I had to go to work the next day. We had a game the next day. You came to the game. So that next day, we had school, and then, I was in school. I was kind of crying in school. The kids saw me crying in school. The kids would text me, making sure I was good because most of the teachers already knew. Our principal somehow already knew too. She what you doing here? I was like, nah, we got a game day, man. I got to win, bro. I'm good, man. Everybody kept asking me, I was like, man, I'm good. But everybody keep asking you, are you good? You keep saying you good. And then I just started crying. I was like, dang. Then I had to get right. Then my students ended up texting me like, you good, Mr. Coleman? We here for you. Then I ended up got right, went back into class to finish the day. Then we had a game, we won. So it just all kind of played out good, even though it was, bad circumstances.
Nah, definitely. I will say
but the school did show me a lot of love when Daddy passed away. All the teachers, they gave me a lot of cards. It was crazy. It was crazy.
I think your will to want to be great, want to do great, and want others to be great now. I can't say that others to be great was your will back then. I think, imagine knowing what you know now and being back in that 16, 17-year-old body. I feel like your team would be 10 times better because you're gonna push them. You younger, you think that person is tripping. Leave me alone. Why you acting like?
Yeah.
But that person just beyond a time.
Yeah.
And I feel like your will to want to be great and want the kids to have great things and great accolades is what kind of catapults you to being a good coach, a great coach, being a great motivator, being a great person to look up to, a great leader, and your leadership skills. It kind of it helps a lot because you got that in you. I want to do this, so I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make sure that I can do this. And having that approach is when you get there, like, yeah, I know I lost my dad today, but I told these girls we're gonna do this, we're gonna rock out and do this. So I thought that was dope.
Yeah, but that's how it was, yeah.
That was fire, man. That was dope. Yeah, man. So just tell people, like, you know, what you got coming up next, what you're doing now. How can they reach you if they need to reach you? And, you know, tell people where they can find you at.
Yeah, well, next year I'm gonna be at Richmond Hill Middle. You know, still teaching 8th grade science, coaching the girls basketball, probably helping out with the boys, still coaching track. So still the same, just different school. I used to go to that school, Seago, Richmond Hill now, so full circle again. And, you know, these last few weeks of July, just finishing training. Because these last few weeks, then I'm back in teaching mode. Then I got to focus, get back right, because I know it's going to be a lot of stuff we got to do. Yeah, reach me at Instagram, Don Coleman _. Facebook, Don Coleman.
If you can, just sit up a little bit and kind of, I want your face, but just tell the people, not the people, but, you know, tell any students, any student athletes, young players, players in college now, give them any kind of words of wisdom or, you know, motivation that you can give them based on what you know and what they can do to get better, and, you know, how to just be, you know, better at whatever they're doing.
Just putting the work. Like, I talked to the AAU team today. One of my homeboys that played at Butler, coaching the AAU team, I talked to them today, and I was just telling them, like, you just got to put that work in, man. Like, no matter where you at now, like 2, 3, 4 years from now, if you keep putting that work, that person that's better than you now, by the time 2, 3 years come, you're going to be better than them if you just keep putting that work. Because that's where it just come from, that grind, just putting that work. A lot of sacrifice, a lot of discipline, and just having a good circle around you, and just being coachable, like you said, have a good body language, and being willing to learn, ask questions. I think that's why I became such a good teacher throughout the year, because I was open to certain criticisms, or I was asking questions, or somebody came in, like, monitor my room, or, you know, constructing me or whatever. I was asking them questions after, like, what I need to do better, this, that, and the third. If they tell me, oh, you did this wrong, or you need to do this better, I was like, okay. I wasn't taking it no certain way, you know, because it's my first year, so I was learning. Same thing with basketball. You just got to be open to learning, being coachable. And like you said, good body language. That's what I tell my girls now. And just put the work in, then everything just going to fall in line. And stretch. That's what I be telling all the kids now. You got to stretch. I used to hate stretching, man. You got to stretch, though. Yeah, you got to stretch.
Definitely.
And do good in school, good grades, and everything else going to fall in line.
That's dope, man. Look, man, we appreciate you coming out. You know what I'm saying? Definitely doing great things in the city, doing great things in your life right now, man. I'm pretty sure all the students, all the kids, they're going to watch this. They're going to like to hear it. They probably going to give you criticism, saying you did this, Mr. Coleman, sit up, Mr. Coleman. They about to tear you up in the comments probably. But
the last interview we did, I mean, man, the kids be in class like, Mr. Coleman, this your brother. Yes, that's my brother. Yes, that's me, man. I want to interview, yes.
Man, that's dope, man. That's dope. Man, look, man, More Masters podcast, man. It's a dope episode. My brother, the GOAT, Don Coleman, all-time leading scorer at Butler, you know what I'm saying? Your favorite trainer's trainer, your favorite player's player, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Don, man. Shout out to you, man, definitely. And keep doing what you're doing. Keep grinding, keep pushing the kids to do better, keep being better. And like I said, you know, sky's the limit for you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, man, I'm about to pack up. Be out. Let's get it.
They might even know.